What is up, XRP community? Welcome back to another video and thank you for joining me. Davos 2023 conference is underway. All the elite globalists are getting together to determine how to best govern you and I. This is all a front for tyranny and oppression. Paying attention to the World Economic Forum the last few years would have likely put you ahead of 99% of people intellectually, financially. Projects like Cardano, XLM, XRP, and many more have all been mentioned by the Economic Forum, and since then they have all performed well. But first, make sure you enter the daily giveaway winner announced in the description below. Like the video, subscribe with notifications on, and comment anything in the comment section below for the $10 XRP giveaway. It won't make you rich, but I'm not rich, and $10 is something to everyone. But first, I want to play you this video opening up the Davos convention and letting you know what the elites are talking about this week.
Each will descend on Davos for the World Economic Forum's first winter meeting since 2020. The themes on the official agenda are a bit of a mouthful, so let's break it down. Here are the top 3 things that'll dominate this year's agenda. Number 1, it's all about inflation. The post-COVID recovery crashed headfirst into surging CPI in 2022. Supply chains stretched to breaking point and prices soared, putting pressure on consumers. The Fed and central banks around the world responded with aggressive rate hikes, taking the possibility of a recession in their stride. But were they behind the curve? Number 2, a shifting geopolitical landscape. Oh, yes. Russia's invasion of Ukraine forced many nations to choose sides and shore up energy supplies. Russia was absent from the forum's summer gathering in May and won't be there this year either. China-US relations also hit a new low over Taiwan and human rights. China is looking to come back bigger than ever at its first gathering since the pandemic, but will they receive a warm welcome? Number 3, crypto and regulation. A late addition to our top 3 thanks to the implosion of Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX empire in November. His arrest and extradition to the US has given regulators more ammunition in their drive to rein in the crypto industry. So are we already past peak crypto? Those themes aside, the big question may be more about the event itself. With criticism in recent years about its relevance, can this year's Davos produce?
Brad Garlinghouse is also at this conference, rubbing shoulders with some of the most elite bankers, regulators, and policymakers. You heard them say the first focus is inflation, number 1. Inflation's been running absolutely wild. Fed Chairman Jeremy Powell and other countries have been nonstop discussing this. Countries like Turkey and Argentina are fighting 80% plus inflation, while the US fights 6 to 7% inflation. The entire world is suffering. Money printing and the money supply has destroyed wealth and purchasing power and shot commodity prices through the roof across the world. You cannot ignore inflation. The devaluation of currencies will lead to the eventual rise of other assets like real estate and digital assets and other sound hard assets. At the end of the day, all of these fiat currencies are approaching zero, as they always have through history. And we are watching in real time the end of this Ponzi fiat system and quickly approaching the global financial reset. If you guys use Twitter, give me a follow on Twitter, DrippyXRP, links in the video description below. I have this tweet here from Crypto Chase. It says, I've been trading for 6+ years. I've caught and missed many large moves. No single trade has changed my life. The collective result of all my trades has changed my life. Don't let crypto Twitter F with your head. One move ain't nothing to a career. I promise you it's no big deal. Focus on what's next. I bring this before you to say and remind you that 2020 was a horrible year for all crypto investors. However, things are starting to change. The reason that this happened in 2022 was what you see on the chart right here of the DXY, the dollar, went absolutely parabolic. But we're seeing in early 2023 the cool down of the DXY. It can't go parabolic forever. We've had to wait and weather the collapse of the crypto market. FTX, Celsius, Terra Luna, Three Arrows Capital, BlockFi, and many others. But what we know from many headlines and now the Davos 2023 conference is that regulation is coming, and this will allow for billions of capital to flood in. Institutions are waiting on the sideline to buy rock bottom prices and get in at the lows. Brad Garlinghouse has told us in the past month, Bank of America is on the sidelines waiting to use on-demand liquidity to get an advantage over their customers. And now I want to play for you this clip of Brad Garlinghouse speaking at the Davos conference, talking about the Hinman emails and the undeniable positive outcome of this lawsuit.
Well, two things. One, something called regulation through enforcement is never a particularly efficient way to regulate, right? If you want to regulate, do the work, write the rules, codify the rules. And when a company comes to you and says, hey, help me understand the rules, I want to make sure we're following the rules, help them understand the rules. I met personally with the SEC 3 times. Not once in those meetings did the SEC ever say to me, hey, and by the way, we're totally transparent about what we're doing. Not once did the SEC say, hey, we think XRP might be a security. So then for the later on to go back and say, hey, the whole time we thought XRP was a security, we just didn't tell you. That doesn't feel like a genuine partnership between public sector and private sector. Moreover, and some of this stuff I'll be more vague about because some of this stuff, it hasn't been public yet. But there's something called the Hinman email. Bill Hinman, the director of corporate finance at the SEC, gave a speech in June 2018 about how ETH had been a security, but had magically become not a security. And there's some emails associated with that the judge turned over 6 times. We finally did get those emails. And I think when those come to light, I think you will see more kind of like, how is it possible the SEC decided to bring a case against Ripple, given what they were saying?
Once again, Brad is mentioning these Hinman emails, which we believe, and he does as well, will have some very pivotal information on the lawsuit going forward. And look at this tweet here from Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin. It says XRP is completely centralized and Ripple CTO reacts. Ethereum, governed by the Ethereum Foundation, who sold hundreds of millions of Ethereum at the bull market top a year ago when Ethereum was $4,000. The Ethereum Foundation was dumping on retail. Vitalik has sold the top of the bull market 2 times in a row now, this last bull market and in 2017, 2018. Does that sound centralized to you, the founders of a cryptocurrency dumping on retail? Meanwhile, Ripple only controls 3 out of the more than 150 XRP ledger nodes. How is Ripple centralized? Besides the fact that they hold a large portion of escrow, which we don't know what arrangements have been made with that escrow amount, it's not centralized. Men lie, women lie, but numbers do not lie. And you can't get free money anywhere in life, but you can get $40 for free by signing up with Webull. Deposit a penny, and just for depositing a penny, you get a minimum value of $40 in free stocks. You can get up to $15,000, but typically you'll just get $40 to $300. Sell the stocks, withdraw, close your account, do whatever you want, but don't miss out on this free $41. Links in the video description below. And as always, if you guys use Twitter, give me a follow on Twitter. Link is also in the description below. And until next time.